at 5. It's offer review, and right now it's Monday, and we do not have an in-game notification at all for the patch. So typically patches are on Tuesday or Wednesday. So my best guess is that the patch will be coming on Wednesday. So we got some surprise news here. Before we get into the surprise news, yes, there's 23 characters required to unlock Apocalypse, and the last 2 characters was not in a blog post, but it was in a video. It's Kestrel and Deathpool. Okay, so there you go. So if you want to take them to Gear Tier 716, Blue ISO 4, in advance of getting a baby Apocalypse, there you go. Tana called it. Commander level 95. Arriving with the upcoming version 6.7 release will be Commander level 95. Previously, we've accompanied the level increase with a new gear tier at the same time. However, with Commander level 95, a new gear tier will not be introduced at the same time. The team has heard your feedback and decided to improve the time between level and gear tier increases to make them more manageable. I've never seen that feedback on Reddit. Typically on Reddit, I see things like we need more gold, we need more training materials. I'm struggling in my alliance because we're not able to get through coordinated assault, and I'm having a difficult time finishing the month-long event. That's the kind of stuff that I see all the time. I don't know if I've ever seen that, but fine. Additional levels without a new gear tier will allow you to power up characters for game modes like the current Doom Raids and Sagas, which are balanced around level 90. Apocalypse Sagas are designed around level 90, so leveling it up is not required to compete. And so, yeah, the level cap increase, the upside to that is that it does make PvE content easier. So that's going to make like Scourges easier, I guess. And the Doom 3.5, which is largely a cakewalk with maybe some minor hiccups. Not big. It's not too bad, actually, if I really think about it, in the skill nodes. So maybe the skill nodes will be a little bit easier. The level 95 will launch with a 3-day double XP event, allowing you to level up rewards towards level 95 twice as fast. All right. Millions of gold have been added to the events before and after the level cap increase. Well, I wonder if it's going to be gold orbs, though, because the event for opening gold orbs is coming up. The Lunar New Year calendar provides added gold, and another gold calendar celebrating the level cap will launch the day of the release. All right. In order to aid leveling up and boosting your roster, will be a web-free claims with energy every Monday and Wednesday throughout all of February. Sometimes gold, training materials, and other items will be also in these free claims. Check the free claim every day to find out how you can boost your roster faster. Okay, so there's going to be some extra rewards on the web store. That's where you get like Mr. Negative every day. And the top comment on this post on Reddit is, what about training mats? I feel like the balance of gold and training mats events calendar doesn't scale. In-game doing 3.5 yet. I'm so selective who are released in level 90 because of training materials. Yeah, I think that's true also. I saw an Alliance member pull 1 million gold yesterday, and I know where this is going, but there's an Alliance event coming out shortly after the patch goes live, where your Alliance is working together with, I guess, in raids and also in opening gold orbs. So usually you're happy to see your fellow Alliance members be successful, but all I can think is, what, you jerk, you're going to cost us milestones in a few days. Scopely, you know exactly what you're doing when you design these events. It's not a good look for you. Hoarding sucks. Mailbox meta sucks. You took a stance on it and said that's what you intend to happen. Now stick to it. Resource spending events need a rethinking, and I think that is true. So we got some complaint posts in. Largely, I agree with them. I don't agree with 100% of these posts, but I just thought that this definitely gives the pulse of the community and what people are actually thinking. When everything is an event, nothing is an event. If you party every day, is it really a party? If you have an event every day, is it an event? As the title suggests, you're burning players out. Every single month, we have this so-called event filled with tedious, annoying, not to mention convoluted offers. Yes. Whalestones. I like that word. I think Boylon coined the word whalestones, like the parts of the event that you can't do unless you just spend money. They're whalestones. Once we have an event on the web store, one event in game feeding into another event in game, which feeds only slightly into the month-long event, and you do that multiple times a month. I didn't even touch the Rogue Scourge the other day because I'm personally burnt out. I had her at 7 stars on one account and 3 to others, so I just left it. I did the Rogue event, and I got to tell you, I did the Rogue event because I needed the teal spiky balls, and I needed the teal, I guess, focus catalyst. And the one thing I got out of that was that Death Seed is so fun to play. And I've complained a little bit about Archangel, but I have a new appreciation after doing that for Archangel. I actually had a lot of fun doing that. But anyways, this person didn't bother, right? Logged in, I did the bare minimum on the left. And I think this guy's got 2 accounts. That may be part of the problem. I couldn't be bothered. At the point where I didn't even realize that boot camp was on, missed out on the training materials. The Scourge is starting to feel like another thing you have to do, doing another 400 or a month-long event. Somehow, still haven't realized that literally no one wants the coordinated assault ISO spending event. I see this complaint a lot. I think if you're in a sweaty alliance that's organized, it's not so bad. But I see this a lot on Reddit, and I feel like that there's sweaty players. By sweaty I mean just hyperactive, engaged players, and then maybe they're in a casual alliance and some people aren't, and then they miss out on completing the month-long event because of coordinated assault. But anyways, what happened to the Scourge is feeling like something to look forward to. When Morgan was announced, I remember getting super excited, wondering if my roster would be able to get enough points to obtain her. The weeks leading up to the event would be balancing my investment in Doom and teams and Scourge teams. And Web Warriors were so cool on launch. I just wanted to do them up as much as possible. Now we're 2.5 months away from being a year since Morgan dropped. Web Warriors are now considered dead content. Scourge just barely worked on for the first few. We've only had Archangel for less than a month. Apocalypse has barely been announced. You screwed us with minions for one of them after telling us we wouldn't do that for any more useless characters. Thank God for Dorky Dad's video. Oh, I'm there with you, man. Dorky Dad's videos are amazing when it comes to the Scourges. They're the best. All right. Please, after the Titanium event, please give us a break. Please let us do the teams we want to do. Stop forcing us to spend our currencies for an event. Please stop forcing us to go to the web store as much as we have to now. Please get someone to double check your offers before they go up. Please communicate with each other at the office before you put out an in-game mail. Please let us play the game the way we want to play it. Also, make sure the blog posts are accurate, right? The part about the blog post that is interesting to me is like, the blog post goes up on a Friday, and then in game it's different. So there's a person over there, Scopely, that made a last minute change, let's say, but they didn't look at the blog post and see that it was wrong, and several days passed. The people that are in charge of making decisions don't look at the blog post once they're published. Maybe, I don't know. Bit of a rant, but man, I just miss playing the game the way it used to be sometimes. It's overly complicated and tedious, don't get me wrong. I love some of the characters. Found it recently. Bionic Avenger, a lot of fun to play. It does seem pretty damn cool too. I want more time to actually play the game, not just sit there, click auto 10 times, refresh 10 core, auto 10. I mean, it's out of a good place. Like, we must just want to see a better version of the game itself. We wouldn't want to be here spent if we didn't. And I wonder if this has to do with someone playing 2 accounts. I mean, I know people play like 3 accounts and 4 accounts. I mean, some people told me today that they play like 4 accounts, and they know somebody that plays 6 accounts. But my goodness, I think 1 account is good. I mean, I would burn out if I was playing 2 accounts myself. Everybody's complaining about level increase, but there is a positive. Yeah. Maybe the skill raid node 2 will be a little easier. We will see. Why does collecting red star dupes from the Horseman not give dark promo credits? And I know the answer to this question, because money. After Rogue Scourge event, I had collected dupe red stars for the Rogue, but instead of getting dark promo credits, I got Elite Force. So that's right. If you get duplicates on a Horseman, you don't get dark promo credits. You get Elite Fours. So Scopely's got to make money. And what is happening is that some players, the players that are spending a lot of money, that are keeping the lights on for this game, are basically done with red stars. They have all the characters at 7 red. I mean, there's a guy, Batwalk, who shared his roster on MSF.GG, and I think like 180 something characters are at 7 red stars. So in some ways, they're looking to monetize something else, and they're definitely going towards dark promo credits. And I'm calling it now, but something else is coming. I don't know if it's relics or blue stars or purple ISO. I can feel it. Something else is coming, and I kind of wonder if the reason why they didn't do a gear tier increase. I wonder if this is like they're going to end gear tier and they're going to start some other system. I know they did that in Galaxy of Heroes. They had gearing and then they stopped doing gearing and they went into a relic system. I do not know, but I suspect that we are overdue for a new kind of progression system that is different than what we have in game now. Suggestion: character portraits show equipped costumes. This is something that we've asked for many a times. I know that this has been something I've seen on Reddit multiple times. Also, and I just want to get my thoughts on this. 2 questions that are popular. What are the ISO for the Apocalypse and his Horseman? And the truth is, nobody really knows. I can tell you what I'm going to do, and it may be wrong. We may find a more optimal way of doing it later. And largely, we're guessing on the way that the kits are going to interact with each other. But what I'm going to do for Apocalypse and the Horseman is I'm going to do Striker for Morgan Le Fay and Apocalypse. I'm going to do Skirmisher on Rogue, and then I'm going to do Raider on Red Hulk and Archangel. And Archangel is probably better as a striker on his team, but it is what it is. So do whatever you want to do. That's what I'm going to do. And then what are the possible replacement for the teams they were on? Like if I put Apocalypse team on War Defense, what would be the replacement for the rest of the team? I don't see that happening, or at least that's not what I'm going to try initially when he comes out. The way that I see this playing out is that rather than breaking up 4 good teams, I'm going to slot Apocalypse into one of the teams that I want to make it better. So, for example, in Cosmic Crucible, maybe I take out Phantom X and I put in Apocalypse. But I don't know that I'm going to make a full Horseman team with Apocalypse. Same thing in War. Maybe, I want to put Gamma on defense, let's say. Well, rather than... and then I'll slot in Apocalypse. Maybe I'll remove Brawn or Abomination. I'm not really sure. But I feel like we're going to largely keep the teams together, but we're going to make one team better by just putting Apocalypse in. Like, for example, Darkhold. Like, what is Scarlet Witch really doing? Let's take out Scarlet Witch and we're going to put Apocalypse there. That's the way that I see it playing out. But we'll see. We don't really know. Okay, let's get into some offers real quick. This is not really that great of a deal, but if you are getting Morgan Le Fay and you want the rest of the 4 Horsemen to go, there you have it right there. I kind of feel like that all of these character shards, with the exception of Agatha, are relatively easy to get, and I don't really value the other 4 right here at more than $5 for 50 character shards, but Agatha is hard to get. Anyways, not the best. Also, this kind of bothers me. This is kind of like a C- offer, but what we really need right now is offers for gold orbs, because getting the gold doesn't help us for the orb opening event. That is around the corner when the patch comes. New Year Lunar Elite 5. Oof. What is this? A gold offer? A gold orb? 1 gold orb, which is worth about $1. But Elite 5s, back in the day, anchor pricing on Elite 5s was like $35. And so they've really dropped these a lot. I don't know what it's worth to me anymore. I'm not going to buy this, but I think for a lot of players, I kind of feel like the Red Star system is kind of like being discounted. Like, I don't know exactly what that means. It feels like everything is pivoting towards dark promotion credits, maybe something else later. But anyways, they normally try to sell these for $35, so that's a relatively good deal. We got Brawn, 50 character shards for $5. I think that's good. Sunfire, 50 character shards for $5. I think that's pretty good. I've already got him to 6 stars, so I'm not going to be buying this anymore. And then this kind of annoys me a little bit. Typically for $5, you get 375 cores. What's this? What is this worth? I don't think it's worth 25 cores. I could be wrong, but I just don't think it's worth 25 cores. And then we've got Dazzler, 50 character shards for $5. She is in the War Store if this saves you time. Again, I've got her at 6 stars, so I'm not going to be buying this anymore. And then lastly, we got one for Phantom X. He is a node farmable. I think in one of the new nodes that they just opened up, he is available. All right, well, that'll do it to today's video. I didn't get a giveaway. I'm sorry, but maybe consider liking the video anyways, and then maybe yesterday's giveaway will show up maybe if you like the video. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know. Bye for now.